Hallo und herzlich willkommen zur Stanley Parable. Und zwar habe ich ja vor ein paar Tagen The Beginner's Guide gespielt und bin dadurch überhaupt auf den Typen erst gestoßen, auf diesen Davy Reeden. Und ja, nachdem mich das sehr beeindruckt hat, habe ich mir gedacht, ey, Andi, da musste Stanley Parable auch nochmal durchspielen. Und ja, da fangen wir auch direkt an, würde ich so sagen. Ich bin gespannt. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Blah, 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 blah. Loading. Ich weiß noch nicht, wie lange die Folgen werden. Komischer Satz. Naja, jedenfalls weiß ich noch nicht, wie lange das immer so wird. Denn, naja, ich will das eigentlich gerne einschieben, bevor dann der Minecraft Story Mode losgeht. Und, naja, das soll ja nun auch nicht so ewig lang sein, das Ding hier. Entsprechend kann es gut sein, dass ich das, naja, in etwas längeren Folgen mache. Mal gucken. Je nachdem. Und das Ganze loadingt immer noch. Ich habe gar keine Ahnung, was überhaupt auf mich zukommt. Wie gesagt, das ist total an mir vorbeigegangen.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Ja, ich gucke mal, ob ich Untertitel irgendwo einschalten kann. Nein, Extras, Saves, Achievements. Ach komm, die aktivieren wir mal. Saves muss ich auch aktivieren. Denn, naja, wie gesagt, ich weiß noch nicht, wie ich das so kriege. Audio, Untertitel, da haben wir welche. Alle Untertitel. So, sicherer ist das nämlich. Für alle, die des Englischen nicht so sehr mächtig sind. Also es geht hier also um Stanley und Stanley saß jeden Tag in seinem Büro und hat immer Knöpfe gedrückt. Und zwar die auf seinem Bildschirm angezeigt wurden. Und naja, eines Tages kam er ins Büro, saß da schon eine Weile und naja, er bekam halt keinerlei Instruktionen, welche Knöpfe er zu drücken hatte. Und auch im Büro ansonsten war niemand. Und somit, naja, hat es dann mal geschafft aufzustehen und sich mal umzugucken. Und das machen wir jetzt mal. Türen gehen nicht auf.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, dann gehen wir jetzt mal zum Konferenzraum. Die Aussicht ist auch geradezu berauschend. Und ich habe keine Ahnung, wo der Konferenzraum ist. Andere Büros, keiner da. I hate Mondays. Tja, wer tut das nicht? Ja, alle sind weg.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So, Stanley ging also durch die linke. Na, dann gehen wir doch mal durch die rechte.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
So sieht's aus. Ah, Pausenraum. Sehr schön.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Ich habe auch kein Interface. Ich weiß noch nicht mal, wie ich irgendwie was...
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Ja, ist es auch.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Na komm, dann machen wir das jetzt auch mal.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Großer roter Knopf. Ich muss ihn drücken. Wer auf dieser Welt kann großen roten Knöpfen widerstehen, Mann? Geht doch gar nicht.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Na gut, dann gehen wir mal links.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Ja. Das ist auf jeden Fall schon mal wesentlich lustiger als
No.
der Beginner's Guide.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay. Ja, damit haben wir es dann wohl irgendwie verbockt.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Ja.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay. Kommt man da... Nein, kommt man nicht durch. Na gut, dann gehe ich jetzt mal hier durch. Das ist auch nicht die ihr zu Anfang wollte, aber egal. Ich habe keine Ahnung, wo wir hin müssen.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again. But it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay, also ich gehe jetzt einfach mal durch die Tür, wo er das am Anfang vorgeschlagen hatte.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Kann ich überhaupt irgendwie Türen öffnen?
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Schön.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Es ist auch die... Ja, ich habe jetzt keine Ahnung mehr, wo
Now
wir
this...
sind.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart.
Ja, und wieder am Anfang. Na, super. Ah.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Ah, herrlich. Moment mal, das ist ja wieder ein anderer Weg. Das ist egal, ich folge jetzt mal der Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Ah, herrlich.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Ja, es ist ein Farn. In grün. Ah, es ist herrlich, ey.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Ja, ich gehe dann mal wieder den Weg, den wir ganz zu Anfang gehen sollten, wo wir dann durch die linke Tür gehen sollten. Hätte ich das mal nur gemacht. Die Türen sind immer noch weg.
Still missing the doors. Did we make a mistake following the line? Perhaps we could have found the story on our own.
Warte mal. Dann gehe ich doch nochmal der Linie nach. Ja, es ist schon schwierig, überhaupt das Spiel zu beginnen. Ach, jetzt bin ich schon wieder da. Na gut.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Da ist einer gefeuert worden. Ja, und nochmal.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Oh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Eine tolle Idee. Da gehen wir doch mal durch.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Die Räume sind auch keinesfalls
Oh,
möglich.
no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Wer auch immer die gemalt hat, hat auch vorher reichlich alkoholische Getränke zu sich genommen.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Okay. Ja.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Okay. Ja, dann fangen wir mal von vorne an.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hoffentlich sind jetzt die beiden Türen wieder da. Ja!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ja. Ja, Konferenzraum.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. Ja, dann gehen wir mal zum Chefbüro. Ah, hier waren wir
Coming
schon
to
mal.
a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Und der wohnt ganz gut. Okay. Chefsbadezimmer. Ah ja.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Klavier spielen kann ich nicht, ja? Ah, großer roter Knopf. Juhu, großer roter Knopf, großer roter Knopf. Ah, drauf.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Licht?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oder Escape, sprich, ja, entkommen. Ich will aber wissen, was da passiert. Ah, komm, gehen wir mal rein. Großer weißer Knopf ist nicht ganz so verlockend wie ein großer roter Knopf, aber den nehmen wir trotzdem.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Da oben waren wir doch schon mal irgendwann drin. Da oben müssten wir gewesen sein, na klar. Großer weißer Knopf. Na gut, machen wir mal die Kameras an.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Ja, da oben, das ist die Brücke, wo wir vorhin waren. Weißer Knopf.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Und da ist ein Knopf. Ich muss ihn einfach drücken. Es geht nicht anders. Ich kann es nicht. Verdammt. Da ist ein Knopf. Auch den kann ich nicht drücken. Denn wenn man irgendwo hinkommt und es sind Knöpfe da, sollte man auf jeden Fall erstmal versuchen, alle zu drücken. Das lernt man schon im Kindergarten. Das ist so absurd hier, ey. Kann ich den Knopf drücken? 4. Okay, die sind nummeriert. Ich muss vermutlich erstmal den mit der 1 finden. Console disabled. Warte mal, 2, 1, 2, da ist die 1, okay. 1 kann ich drücken. 2 kann ich drücken. Die 3 war da hinten um die Ecke. Jetzt kann ich ihn noch drücken. 3. Die 4 ist da oben. Ist die Frage, gibt es noch eine 5 irgendwo? Mal kurz gucken. Ah, großer roter Knopf. Ich kann nicht. Scheiße. Scheiße. Ah, 5. Scheiße natürlich im Sinne von, ach, wie schade. 5. War das da hinten unten auch vorhin schon umkreisen die Lichter? Ich weiß es nicht. Tja, auf jeden Fall gibt es nicht noch mehr Knöpfe. Dann, tja, gehen wir mal hier rein. Ah, system power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible...
Ausgeschaltet.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Also ich würde eigentlich schon gerne wissen, was da abging.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Okay. Es war so klar. Dann haben wir es ja das erste Mal geschafft. Und naja, da gibt es ja dann doch nochmal ein paar mehr Enden. Also nicht Enden im Sinne von Enden, die man jetzt so füttern kann, sondern Enden. Und die nächste gucken wir uns dann mal in der nächsten Folge an. Also das nächste Ende quasi, ne? Ciao!